Well, folks, I had previously recorded most of this footage, but I've decided I'm going to do it over again. So this is the deal. So this is my XT that I've been spending a lot of time and energy and money on. It is a machine that I've dubbed whack-a-mole because it's like it just can't catch a break. Every time I turn it on or I do anything with this, it just, something else goes horribly wrong. I don't quite understand it, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, it's kind of like that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start over. We're going to erase the drive. Let's go on a little journey, shall we? Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an F-disk MBR. So we're going to purge the master boot record. And I'm going to take you through every step of the process in this video. So let's do it. So my goal today is I want to put Windows 2.03. And that's it. Windows 2.03, and we're going to stop there. So we're going to get DOS reloaded. I'm using a set of disks that I haven't used yet. This actually came, this is original software from an Acer that I had years ago. It's the same version as the copy that I've got, 3.3. I don't have a copy of DOS 4.0, but I'll take what I can get. So I've got 3.3, we'll use that. So the last thing we did, and I didn't do this on camera, was I replaced the floppy drive. I reached out to a gentleman that I've been kind of doing a lot of wheeling and dealing with over the past year or so. New England Retro Computers out of Scituate, Rhode Island. And I asked him, I said, you know, do you have fdisk space / MBR? That's going to do is it's going to overwrite the master boot record. So delete partition, delete primary, yes. I'm going to create a partition, create primary, yes. I think that the MDR switch, I don't think it's obvious when you hit it. I don't think it tells you that it's doing anything special, so we'll just roll with this. So the original floppy drive was a, I think it was was it a Chinon or a, what the original one was, but we put a tandem in its place. So that has so far resolved a few things. What does /MBR do? You know, I don't think it's actually doing it. I don't think it's doing anything. Well, whatever. Alright. Format C. I'm going to run it through the format command. In the meantime, I'm going to do some cleaning up. Here, let's turn this light off. It's not really necessary. So far, I formatted the drive 3 times. Just to give it some exercise. And we're going to do it the 4th time. Just to keep things interesting. Yeah? What do you think? I could probably low level the drive just to be sure, just to make sure that we are in good shape. But yeah. So let me kind of walk you through some of the problems that I've been having with this machine. So when you install DOS 3.3, it doesn't create config sys or auto exec bat. It doesn't do that for you. Instead, you have to do it yourself using Edlin, and nobody likes Edlin. It's the worst. Edlin sucks. So there's that end of it. Alternatively, you can just go ahead and install WordPerfect 5.1 and it will do it for you. Yeah, it's that cool. It'll do it for you. And then you can use WordPerfect to create or make changes, set paths, and other things like that. But what I've found is when I install WordPerfect, I end up with a lot of visual noise on the display. So when I'm running WordPerfect, every time I type, a keystroke, anything, I get dots all over the screen. It's not supposed to do that. So there's that. But most software runs fine. Now, it seems like anything 80 column, so if I set the display to 40 column, it still does it. But WordPerfect seems to override that setting. So it wants to run in 80 column mode. So yeah, no matter what, I get that kind of a snow appearance. Doesn't do it in any other software. I've never had a machine do this before. So getting back to the auto exec bat file, if I make any changes to it within WordPerfect, doesn't matter what the change is, the auto exec bat file does not load correctly. It just it. I'd have to show it to you guys, but it's the strangest thing. So I'm kind of leaning towards there being a possible memory problem with this machine. I don't really know for sure, and I have the IBM diagnostic disk, but it doesn't really do a thorough memory test. Or maybe it does, and I just haven't found the right switches or the right commands. Maybe we'll play with that. I have a copy of it, and we're going to maybe run that. Once we get this drive formatted and bootable, I'll throw in the IBM utility. So just a rundown of all the things we fixed. We've repaired the keyboard. We fixed a grounding problem that the keyboard had. We've replaced a defective floppy drive, and I got a really good deal on that. I actually traded the Vendex for the floppy drive. It was an easy swap for me because I actually took most of the good stuff out of the Vendex, so that was a good bargain. The display still needs to be properly adjusted. It is out of adjustment. We need to fix that. So I need to find out what the proper alignment procedure is. I assume there's a test pattern disk that I need that I don't have. That's usually the case. So we're moving along, get this drive formatted, and I'll hit you up in a minute. Okay, our drive is completely formatted without error. No bad clusters, no bullshit. Hold on. This thing will probably that's good. That's better. Alright, so we've got a formatted drive. Now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to just boot it off the drive. See? Okay. You can kind of see it. No, maybe not. Right. So we're going to make a DOS directory. I'm just going to go ahead and copy. Copy the contents of the disk. Well, that looks promising. Error, okay. This is what I was afraid of. Like I said, it's like whack-a-mole. I think this drive is starting to go. I'm starting to get read and write errors to the drive. And this kind of confirms it. The good news is I have a spare drive. Bet you weren't expecting that, but I do. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, kill it. All right, let's swap the hard drive. Okie dokie. It's very possible that that drive could be dying. This is, now you might be wondering why I'm going from 0 to 60 on this repair. It's because it's already happened to me. And it was on another set of discs. So what I want to do, and I've never actually done this to a PC XT before, but I'm going to take the entire drive and controller out and replace it with another one. Drop in, replace. Will it work? Hell if I know. But it's worth a try. Alright. So we'll take the cover out. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I bought that Vendex and I took all the good stuff out of it, like the hard drive. So we're gonna just give it what it wants. This is the PC that eats parts for breakfast. Alright, so we've got an RLL drive. Let's get some light on the situation. I'm going to just pull the controller out. There we go. This is why we have parts on hand, for this very reason. Now it should be in slot 8. I think it's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was in slot 7. Well, bust my buttons. I don't think it's supposed to be in slot 7, but I thought it was supposed to be slot 8. Well, all right, let's just take this out. So the controller we're pulling out. Now, none of this is original. This machine, when it was new, it had a 10 megabyte drive. Which I don't have. I don't have one of those, and I'm not putting a full height 10 meg in there because, I mean, why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's just too small. It's too small. So, all right, let's take this out. One of the things that really attracts me to the XT is just how crude it is. Just the hardware used, everything about this PC is just very crude. And I heard something, actually, a piece of something metallic. Let's flip it on. Let's just get it upside down. I heard something in there. I did. Yeah, there it is. Like a plastic tab fell out. Let's see. What could that have gone to? Hell if I know. All right. Okay. So here we go. We're pulling the drive out. This is, this accelerated quickly. Okay. Make sure we hold that drive so it doesn't come falling out. But yeah, so you want to get into collecting vintage computers, and you're not sure if this hobby is for you. Well, these are the very real problems that you might face. Now, normally, if I was any normal person, I would put my IBM XT EE adapter in there, and I do the whole... I do the deal with the devil and put a solid state and all that. No, we're not doing that here. That's not the name of the game. So here's the drive we're yanking out. I've already low leveled this thing once. It's an ST238. Now I have another Seagate. Which model is this one? This is an ST238R. Same exact model drive with, is it the same controller? It should be very similar. It's got a Western Digital controller, but this was a working pull. So we're going to just kind of leave it the hell alone. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to swap out the faceplate because I want a black faceplate. So we're going to do that. So we'll just do that. Of course, I need a Torx driver for this one. I have one somewhere. I think I have one over here somewhere. I'll just use a really good flat blade. How's that sound? So we're going to just swap the faceplate. Oh, and I'm going to get a red LED. Ooh, fancy. Okay, let's not ruin the goods here. But like I was saying, I mean, this machine has developed some really interesting problems, least of which was the hard drive that just failed in front of us. When you start getting read errors, that's not good. It's not supposed to do that. It's just really not good, you know. It's just not okay. All right, not okay. You don't want that. You don't want that. I am going to put it in slot 8, though. I think it's supposed to be there anyway. So, oh yeah, look at this. So the faceplate, the white faceplate, so we can just pop out this little LED cover thing. And we can put a red one in. It should be red anyway. To match the floppy drive. So we're just going to pop this out. Okay, just like that. We're going to use this cover. I remember, so I had a new old stock floppy drive once from this time period, like a 3.5. It was actually oh, if I still had that, that would be worth a fucking fortune. I had a Toshiba floppy drive kit for, it was something you'd buy from a computer shop to upgrade your old XT or PC, whatever you had. And it had everything in there, including it had a black faceplate, a white faceplate. You could change the LED cover. It was a whole thing. And I had this, I just remembered I had this. This was a long time ago. I completely forgot about that until now, actually, conveniently. But I literally had the Holy Grail floppy drive kit. It was designed to upgrade one of your old XT machines. With a floppy drive, 3.5 inch. I can imagine what that would be worth today if I still had it, but I don't. So let's not dwell on the past. Okay, let's get these screws in place. So I am at the point now where, I mean, I don't know where I'm going to go with this project. I really have my mind set on the 486 build that I want to do. That's kind of where I want to put my focus my attention. That 486 project is really, really, really something I want to get on. Unfortunately, I don't have the room. You know, I don't have the space to set all that stuff up right now. So I've actually been toying with the idea of just getting this thing running and then selling it locally. No shipment. I will not ship it. Never. Will not be shipped. But it's something I'm kind of toying with right now because, like I said, I have space restrictions. You know, I don't have unlimited room in this house, and you know, something's got to go. But I want to keep this green LED cover. There we go. Snap that back in there. We'll save that old drive just in case this becomes an inconclusive test. I'm just going to save it. Alright, so let's get this thing in place. Slide it in between the rails. So this machine was upgraded to a hard drive, or a bigger drive, probably sometime in the mid-80s. look in a minute and we'll see if there's a production date on the old drive. See if it gives us any clue. The computer itself was manufactured in 1984. I forget the month and date, but it's in there. We'll have to take a look at that. But it was built in '84, so that's a true production time frame for the machine anyway. Just try to get this thing slid in there. All right. So yeah, this computer is as old as I am. Actually, I think it's a little older than me by maybe a couple of months. Or no, it's not. It was made in November. That's right, November of '84. So it was actually built when my parents got married. So that was 39 years ago this month. So she will be saved. I mean, we're not gonna give up completely, and I'm gonna do my best. If I do decide to sell this machine, I want to do my best to keep it out of the hands of keyboard poachers, which is it's hard to do because people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and they'll lie to you to tell you what you want to hear. Oh yeah, I really want an XT, when really they just want the keyboard. So I'm going to price it out of the reach of a typical keyboard flipper. I'm going to try to price it to about what a collector of IBM XTs might pay, but not a penny more. I wanted to go back to the collector market, if that is indeed what I end up doing with it, because I don't know yet. Really don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Let's tighten all these screws up. The drive is secure. These are magnetized screwdrivers, so you want to be careful not to get into the disc ends. Those are next to irreplaceable at this point. Alright, so the cable is kind of pinched, but not in a catastrophic way. Okay, let's put it in slot 8. I'm pretty sure that's where it belongs. Oh, wait. No. Wait. I think hold on. We figured this out a while back. It wasn't booting from the drive, and it was because it was in slot 8. Is that what it was? Yeah, that was a few months ago. I don't remember. All right, let's put in the controller. This is the controller that was mated to this drive, so that's what we're going to use. Put these cables in place. Make sure we line up pin 1 to pin 1. It's easy to screw this up on these old machines. You ever actually miswire one of these? It's exciting if you like fireworks. I don't recommend it, but it can be catastrophic. You can see sparks and, oh yeah, it's noisy and loud. Okay. Now, step 1, I want to see if it actually boots off of what was on the drive before. I have a feeling it just might. So, yeah, it actually just might do that. So let's get this screw in here. There we are. But yeah, if I do sell this machine, I don't want it getting poached for parts. And that seems to be the fate that a lot of these XTs end up falling into, which is really disgusting and sad all the same. They need to be preserved. I mean, these are the great-grandfather of every modern PC today. I mean, they really are. All right. So let's just see what it does. Get the keyboard hooked up. Connect the monitor. All right. Here we go. So yeah. Okay. Yes. There we go. Oh! You gotta have the juice to make it light loose. So that cooling fan, yeah, that was a dud. I'm gonna have to pull that fan out again. Like I said, I mean, this machine is a never-ending pile of shit. Here we go. Let's see it boot up. Let's see if it does. Oh yeah, that ridiculously long memory count. But yeah, this fan, it's just, I think the problem is the grease hardened up in it. And it's really pissing me off. I'm going to have to get another fan. There's just no way around it. So... Come on, 640. It doesn't look promising. May have to, oh. Yep, just what I thought. All right. So, short of checking the jumper settings on that controller, we may need to do some, yeah. So, on an IBM PC, if you get this, it's because you have no bootable device, right? So, the solution is, well, it didn't even do a read check. So... it's probably conflicting with another piece of hardware in the machine. So I need to now go back and check all my jumper settings and kind of shoot from there. Bam. All right, I know you can't see what's on the display, but I'm going to kind of read it out to you. So this, I put the Adaptec controller back in. So we're going to mate the Adaptec controller with the hard drive I just threw in there. So we need to run debug from a bootable. Wait. Oh, is that in the other drive? Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay. So we're gonna need the other disk, which is right here. It's 2 of 2. Pretty sure it's on disk 2 of 2. So here we go. Debug. Okay, from the prompt we're going to type G equals ROM underscore start underscore address. No, wait, hold on. I did it. I've made this mistake before. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Rookie mistake. Okay. G equals, and for Adaptec, it's C800 colon CCC. Enter sector interleave. That is often written on the drive, I think. But let's see. I think 2 to 8. Hold on. Let's see. I think it's interleave 4. I'm going to have to look this up. Well, based on an article I found in Vaughan's, I'm going to try 6. Let's see. Let's try 6. Enter drive ID, 0 or 1. I believe 0 is the answer. I've never been asked for drive ID before. Enter drive ID. That I've never been. I've done this before 100 times. Hold on. Low level. Format. Debug. Select. Drive ID. What does that mean? There is a utility you can run that will actually scan the drive for optimum. It will test for optimum interleave. I think it's 0 is what I'm looking for. Should be used the default drive parameters. Yes. I believe this is RLL, so R. So it specified the defect byte offset encoding, RLL. Enter defect list as cylinder head byte. Head cylinder byte. Error map. (28.1.2428). This again, I've never been asked for this either. Hold on. Enter defect list. What is it wanting? Let's see. Let's see what this tells me. I just need an example. Okay, all right, so it's, okay, it's listed as cylinder head byte, so press C. Type defect file name or press enter. So I think it's 28/1/2428. That's printed on the drive itself. I think that's what it wants. Press enter. Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay. So 28/1/2428. That's what it wants. Yes. So there's only. So what it's asking for is when the drive is manufactured, all defective cylinders are mapped out right here and listed. So what you're doing is you're telling the software exactly where those defects are. Okay. Now it's going to do a low-level format. You see the drive light is now orange because we put a red filter on it, and I bet you it's a green light in there. So you can hear it. I'll let it roll. See what it does. Okay. Hear that? It's generally not a good thing. Oh wait, no, maybe it is. Okay, so now it's mapping the defect, 28/110. So there's a new defect that it didn't catch before, I think is what that's telling me. Now it's doing a verifying format. Cylinder 28, head 1, sector 10. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, completed. And so let's see how this goes. No, don't run this again. Now we boot from a bootable floppy. It should be disk 1. All right, let's see what's going to happen. That doesn't sound good. That really doesn't sound good. Oh man. That'd kill me. Well, how do you like that map? Actually, at this point, I'd prefer an apple. Let's just try F-disk. Let's just see what's gonna happen. Fixed disk not present. Oh. Create active partition. Yes. Alright. Reading to the drive. Partition active. Yes. Okay, it created a partition. That just sounds bad. Like, really bad. It could be normal, too. I don't know. I don't remember how this drive behaved in its previous system, so... okay. Format C:/S. You did everything right, I think. I just, yeah, proceed. It's formatting. Alright, let's let it run, see what happens. Okay, so let me get my camera balanced here. Alright, let's, it formatted, no reported bad sectors. I wouldn't expect that on a drive that was just low-leveled. But we were having a lot of read errors, and I've had some write errors on the previous drive. Let's kind of see what happens. We're going to restart the machine. I don't think that's normal. But it'll boot. Yeah, there it goes. It's booting. So, alright. Right off the bat, we're going to make directory DOS, cd DOS. Okay, we're going to copy the system to the DOS directory. Okay. Copy A. Could be a jumper setting that I need to change on the controller. Maybe it's doing something it's not supposed to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just day in the life of a 39-year-old PC, I guess. There are no there are jumpers on the drive. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there are 8 jumpers, jumper positions. Yep, that copied without issue. Alright, so let's go to disk 2. No issues there. Let's go to disk 2. Throw in the disk system utilities disk as well. I'll have to double check those jumper settings. Maybe I need to fix something, but I don't think so. I mean, it's working smoothly, apparently. Oh! This disk is going bad. You know what I found works for that? You throw a cleaning disk in there. Sometimes the heads pick up something. See, you don't store disks like this. It's not a good idea. Bad practice. So what you do, just to, believe it or not, I have actually had really good luck with this before. You take your cleaning disk and stuff it in the drive, and let it do its thing. Okay, pull it out, put in the disk you were trying to read, give the alcohol a second or two to evaporate, you put it back in. Okay, that's okay. You know what, I have another set of disks that will have the file it's looking for. So I'm going to grab that. Let's put that in. Just 2 of 2. These are I have 2 complete sets of DOS 3.3, so there it goes. Yeah, we need that format command for sure. Okay, so now we need the GW basic disk, which is a separate disk entirely. I'm going to copy that in there as well. Also got some Acer utilities, because why the hell not? Put that in there. Copy A and C. Okay. Alright, so we have DOS 3.3 all ready to go. All in there. Nice, nice, nice. It's, well, I guess it's now 11 o'clock p.m. I think I'm going to go to bed. But look at this. We got it running again. I don't know why the drive is making all that noise on startup. That's kind of concerning to me. But, I mean, what do you want me to do? Let's wind it down. I'll wait for it to finish. And we're going to fire it back up. Now I think that's completely normal. So what it's doing now, those of you who are familiar with voice coil drives, for example, on the early Macs, it's a very, very notorious problem, and other drives. So what happens is the head stack gets stuck because of softening rubber bushings. That isn't the case here. So this doesn't have a voice coil. The head stack is held in place by the stepper motor itself. So it isn't sticking. It's just doing read tests. The old drive didn't sound like that, which is what I was concerned about. But it does boot. It did successfully format entirely without issue. So, what do you want me to say? You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't want there to be, that's for sure. So I've got a couple of mouse drivers I want to play with, but I need to build an auto-exec bat file. So I'm going to have to pull out the manual, and there's actually some nice online tutorials on how to do this using Edlin, the line editor. So what I want to do first is I'm going to take my mouse driver. I'm going to copy that to, so we'll just do make directory mouse. So MD space mouse, then CD space mouse. I know for a fact that the following mouse driver, I think it's Agilent or Agiler. That's the company who makes that driver. Well, that particular driver, I know for a fact, works with the mouse I have. So what we need to do is, if I can find the damn thing. before I get all my discs mixed up, I want to make sure I put them in a safe location so that doesn't happen. Put this hard drive out in my way. And we're going to pull up. Sorry, guys. I should have, there it is, Angular. So this driver does work with this mouse. Let's make sure it's plugged in. Okay, good. Okay, let's pick these up. So what I want to do is we're going to just go ahead and copy this entire disk to the drive. And we're going to have to use the line editor. And I'm going to kind of go through how this works. But I'm going to, you know, let's put the cover on, get this thing back together, and then we'll continue. Okay, so we're back together. We're copying the mouse driver. Now, so what I want to do next is I want to crack open the edlin command. We're going to create our config sys and autoexec bat file. So we're going to use the typical I haven't done this in ages, so bear with me on this. Edlin sucks. Just saying. I can't think of a worse piece of shit software on planet Earth. So, page 120 of the DOS manual, DOS 3.3, should give me I thought it was on page. Virtual drive, config sys. F disk, config sys, where is it? Command, copy, config.sys file 259 260. So the book has a sample of what it should look like, and that usually has worked for me. 259. We can be looking at a book to fix a computer, or set one up anyways. 259. Now, where am I? When did I learn the ability? Oh, 260. Here we go. All right. So, so this is the example they give you, but some of this doesn't apply because we don't have these devices. We don't have the shell last drive. So we're going to put buffers equals 30. I believe break equals on, and last drive Z. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that now. So, edlin. Let's talk about edlin. Look up the glossary. Where is edlin? Now, this is the same book that I've been using since I was a child. Edlin, page 177. All right. Okay. We put a bookmark in our sample. Use the floppy disk. Okay. What is Edlin? Well, literally is a line editor. You know, there's a better way we can do this. What we could do, there's a much better way, actually. Like I said, Edlin is a piece of shit. Piece of software that should have never been created. I'm pretty sure Satan himself created Edlin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create my autoexec.bat files and my config.sys on another machine. Okay? And we're going to use that to, we're going to just transfer it from a floppy disk. Because by default, DOS 3.3 does not even have an autoexec.bat file. It just doesn't exist. Crazy, I know, but it's true. So let's go ahead and just format a clean floppy disk. We'll just abort that. We're just format it. Format A. Oh, hold on. Okay. So we don't have any paths set. We don't have the so what a path is? The path is when you set a directory as a path, it allows you to access that directory from any directory within the system. So for example, if I had DOS, which contains our format command, if I had that set as a path, I could just type in C from the C prompt here, just type in format A. But it's not accessible, okay? What directory? Oh, I'm already in DOS. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That makes it easy. So format A. Here we go. Now what? Nothing happens. It just fucking locked up on me. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I love this machine so much. Oh boy. Yeah, about that. About your car's warranty. So, that happened. Okay, baby. Let's do something with you. It just locked up on me. Oh my god. The PC from hell. I have a theory that this computer is literally haunted. Prove me wrong. I think it's haunted. I think it is actually haunted. Let's try it again. CD DOS format A. Nothing. Oh, the pain. Divide overflow. Maybe, just maybe, the file that it copied from the other set of disks is bad. Shit happens, right? So why don't we do this? Let's go ahead. Alright, just bear with me here. dir, okay, so yeah, we got shit in there. So the format command is there. Okay, let's go ahead and look at drive A again with a good, you know, I've got all those DOS utilities and stuff, you know, all that happy shit right here. So we're gonna go to drive A again, and we're gonna dir it, make sure format is there. Debug, link, restore. Okay. I think it's in disk 1. Okay, so we'll put disk 1. And we're just gonna overwrite it. Defined overflow? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck does that mean? PC load letter? Okay. Format. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're gonna copy A. just going to overwrite everything in drives in that, yeah, we're just going to overwrite everything. It'll do that. It won't even prompt you. It'll just overwrite. DOS 3 was good about that. Telling you, this thing is looking really good as a flip for me right now. I'm telling you. I've been toying with the idea of selling this machine long before I even started working on it again. I've had it I've had it a little bit over, what, 6, 7, 8 months now? No, not even. I think I've had it 6 months. And it's spent 6 of those months just being stored. No, seriously, that's how much I love this PC. It's just such a great machine, you know. I'm so glad I bought it. I'm just ecstatic. Alright. Now, let's try this again. I'm just so ecstatic that I bought this PC. I wanted nostalgia. I got nostalgia. Alright? That's pretty much where we're at. And it's not even the disc. It's not the disc that's the problem. It's just, you know, format A. It was the file. It was the file the whole time. So, okay. So that's a thing that can happen, apparently. It can copy the file, right? Copies it, no problem. But it could be defective. Who knew? Who knew that was a thing that could happen? The file was defective. Because why not? Why not? You know, why not be defective? Okay, sorry for the flicker, guys, but this is it. It's going to prompt for the date, the time, set path, and then launch that command. All right. So we're going to just copy these files. I already saved them. The config sys is on there too. I just did the basic sample file and nothing crazy. Here we go. So back to drive. See, there's currently no auto exec or anything like that. Copy A. Just see. Now restart. Here we go. This is where I had all the issues previously. Not the fact that my hard drive sounds like a tractor. That wasn't the issue. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know why it's doing that. Here we go. Okay, it should be prompting for the date, and it is. Yeah. Loads the mouse driver. Okay, now that was a success. Now we're going to test the mouse. So cd mouse to test to go to the mouse directory. dir. It's AG test, I think, is the command. Yeah, that's it. So I've got a USB, a serial mouse right here. And it works. Look at that. It actually fucking works. So we're getting somewhere. Little bit by little. Little by little. Now, who wants to stay for the main course? Anyone? Raise your hand. We just accomplished quite a bit today. We replaced the hard drive. We low-level formatted it. We formatted it with an OS. We partitioned it. We blessed it. We gave it a name. We didn't give it a name. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I want to try another thing here. Let's try another trick. All right, I'm going to save this disk. It's got some good shit on it. So we're going to save this disk. The original Tandy, as a matter of fact. We're going to put this right here. Don't lose that. I should be able to format a floppy without changing the directory if everything worked as it's supposed to. So we're going to find out right here and now. Here's another random disk. So I set the path. So format A shift colon, and it actually worked. So we'll format the disk. So I did that without changing the directory because we set a path of that being the DOS directory. Moving forward, we'll let that run its course, and then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to install Windows 203 with mouse support. Now installing DOS 3.3, Windows 2.03 is pretty simple. There's a lot of unnecessary disks because I'm not putting in any printer drivers. So this OS was actually released in 1987. The original Windows 1.0 really doesn't work. So yeah, that's the thing that happens. So what's interesting is I didn't get any visual artifacts this time around. So when I ran the mouse driver test before, I was getting visual artifacts. I'm not getting them anymore. Maybe we solved the problem. Anything's possible. So do install from drive A. Where is it set? Setup. Okay. So I've got this spare controller card. I'm not going to get rid of that old drive. We're not going to do anything, stupid like that. It may actually be salvageable with a proper low-level format. So if this one blows up, we'll have that one to go back to, maybe. So we're going to continue setup. We're going to install the C Windows. And we're going to select IBM PC XT or compatible. Now I want to select the CGA adapter, IBM or 100% compatible. Multicolor graphics or CGA color graphics. I'm pretty sure it's just CGA. But it does support VGA. 1987 was when VGA actually started to take hold. So here we go. US keyboard. We're going to do, let's see, mouse systems on COM. I think it's on COM 1. Okay. Yep, no change. What's interesting is the initial install menu kind of resembles Windows 3.1, which came out a few years later. But we're going to let this installer run. It's going to ask for disks by name, not by number. So that's going to throw some people off when you get rolling with this. So I've already vetted this install set. It does work. So we'll just kind of go through the process. 2.03 was one of the first usable versions of Windows. It's actually the oldest version of Windows that you can still get. And I say that because Windows 1.0 doesn't work. The files that are on the web right now, I've tried using them for many years. I have never successfully managed to get it working. Not once. Alright, it's asking for the build disk. So that is going to be, I want to say it's disk 2. Numbered at disk 2. I don't know for sure. Oh, special thanks out to Retrotech Chris for this box of floppy disks that I used to make this install set. He actually sent them to me. I was completely surprised by that act of generosity. Although I shouldn't be. Chris is a real mensch. He's really a great guy. And he's helped me out on a lot of projects, and I never even asked him to. He just did it, which is just shows the kind of person he really is. So thanks again, Chris, for these discs. I do appreciate it a lot. So while I'm working on that, I'm going to start sorting out some of my discs, putting them into a sensible storage pattern. Got some random stuff in here. CYMA payroll. Huh. Interesting. What that's all about. Okay. We're not going to install a printer, so I'm just going to hit C for continue. United States. And we need the font disk 1. So I'm going to relabel this as the build disk, because that's exactly what it is. So let me grab a marker here. Now, I want to say this much. If for whatever reason the hard drive proved to be, unsalvageable, it would be at this point that I would consider a one of the more modern solutions, the so-called solid-state solution. That would be something I would consider at this stage in the game, because I think I don't want to keep playing Russian roulette with hard drives. That's not what I want to spend my life doing. But if it came down to it, I would totally do it. That would be something that I would be willing to do. All right, so that was fonts, I thought. So let's try one of the other discs. Fonts 1. Or is it on the build disk? Let's try it again. No, I thought it was the one that I labeled fonts. Let's see, right, disk 6, disk 5, disk 4, disk 3. So let's just keep rolling through these until we find the one that works. Nope. That would be no. Put that one aside. Disk 7? I used this install set already once. Is it the apps disk? So the disks don't quite line up. Yeah, it's the apps disk. Okay. That's what it wants. But yeah, one of the major things that needs to happen for this machine is it definitely needs to have the monitor completely realigned. Alright, now it wants font 1. Alright, so let's try to give it what it wants. And it's disk 7, I think. I ran into this problem before. It's like it wants one disc and then it wants the other one, and kind of goes back and forth. No, huh? Is that not what it wants? Alright then. Let's try going back to disk 2, which was originally labeled fonts. That's not that one either. How about disk 9? Let's try 4 and 5. Could be disk 6. Really possible that I may actually have to recreate some of these disks. So it's not disk 4, it's not disk 5, it's not disk 6. Is it disk? Did I try disk 6 already? I thought I did. This drive is annoying. The disks kind of hang on that edge right there. Oh, it's disk 6. Okay then. We'll label that one fonts 1. Now it wants the Windows Write disk. Probably one of the most useful apps in the entire package. Put that in my put them in order so that way when I come back to it, they're not all cattywampus. See, when I put the disc in, it wants to get stuck on that edge. There we go. There's Windows Write. So Windows 2.03 was, I mean, the early versions of Windows were really not that successful. People still preferred the DOS prompt, and it wasn't. I don't think it was until Windows 3.0 that Windows. Okay, it worked. So that disk is a bit weak, but that's all right. So we'll finish setup. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and launch Windows 2.03, and we're going to put them back in the box where they were. So now that I have the machine pretty much running, I'd say pretty good, I'm going to try my luck at, oh, yeah. Look at that. Windows 2.03 splash screen. Isn't it beautiful? It's great. So we have a mouse that works. It's a little slow, but it works. Well, it was working, I guess. I might have got the wrong mouse driver. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Oh, wait. No? Not gonna perform for me, huh? You suck. Right, Tommy? You're getting a little daring, buddy. He's an interesting little guy. So we have to do then is we have to try a different Windows mouse driver, I think. Or better yet, let's restart the machine and see what happens. Love that sound, don't you? Blink, blink. Mouse driver loaded. COM1. Alright. Open up Windows. Oh, CD, Windows, Win. Put this here. The ledge on the original keyboard was meant to hold markers. Did you know that? No, you do. So the mouse is still no function. By the way, there is no control panel. So the control panel in Windows 2.03 is about as Spartan as you might think. There's no, you don't set your desktop background. You can set the date and time, and I think this might be why they got sued, because it looks exactly like the Macintosh setup. So yeah, there is no communication support. Let's see if that's maybe stomping on my mouse. Let's see. Stop bits handshake port COM1. Alright, we'll worry about that later. I'm gonna have to go back and figure out why the mouse doesn't work. But she's running pretty good, all things considered. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. Maybe if I just run the setup utility again, just like you can with the older version of Windows, or the newer version, like 2.03. If we can just try changing it to a different driver. Let's see. So we're in the Windows directory. Is there a setup from in here? No. So we're going to drive it. So what was Windows 2.03? Well, it was basically... Windows 2.03 was really a glorified DOS shell. They were trying to capture the graphical user interface that Apple had made popular with their Macintosh. And they knew that if they didn't do something to compete, they would lose their shirt. So, what Apple did was, so what, we may have to run through the whole setup all over again, which kind of sucks. IBM, is it the MCGA that I want, or is it just CGA? MCGA. Let's see. No, it's not that. That was the, okay, that was in the Model 30, so that's not what we want. We want CGA. So yeah, it's not even in color. I mean, like, really, guys? Oops, what did I do? I want to try, let's just try Microsoft Mouse and see what that does. Right. We have to run the whole thing all over again. So that's what we're going to do. All right, I'll let you know how it turns out. All right, so it turns out a couple of things happen when you rerun the installer. It knows you had Windows before. It knows when you're awake, and it knows when you're bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. But it also acknowledges that, and it tells you. Anyway, the Microsoft driver actually worked, and here it is. It's working. So I could open up the, for example, we can open up Paint. You know what? I think I'm not going to sell this thing after all. I've decided I have a change of heart. I think I'm going to keep this thing. Now that I got it actually fucking working for once. For how long, we don't know, but I'm happy with my purchase. Oopsies. Does this have an undo? Oh my god, it does. Holy crap. Holy crap. But it's not very fast. But I am now actually happy with my purchase. See? That's me smiling for you, my loyal... Okie dokie, my loyal viewers. Look at how slow this thing is. Can I highlight that and move it? Yes, I can. Oh man, this looks so much like Mac Paint. It is scary. I'm pretty sure this is why they got sued. Or did they actually get sued? I don't remember. I remember hearing about lawsuits. But look at how fast this thing is. Oh my god, it's so fast. But she's working 100% at this. Whoa, that's a big circle. Let's undo that. Let's take a look at Reversey. I do not wish to save those changes. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at Reversey, though. Now, in Windows 203, you don't get a menu here. Let's zoom in here. Let's make it regulated. You don't get a nice big menu or anything cool. It's just a list of files. And if you've ever used MS-DOS shell, you know damn well what this looks like. But this is called MS-DOS Executive. This is your desktop. And I am BBISHOPPCM, here to tell you it's time for me to go to bed once again. Oh, terminal's built in too. Here's the word processor. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is going to be so cool. It's going to blow your mind. This is Microsoft Write, and it actually does support WYSIWYG. There's only 3 fonts built in, but if I enlarge the font a little bit, and I'm going to do it again. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to type something in. This is a test. Now I'm going to type that same thing in using a different font. So let's do Times New Roman, and I'm going to type it in again. This is also a test. You'll see that it is in 2 completely different fonts. Now, WordPerfect 5.1 would only do it in, well, WordPerfect 5.1 it's its own beast. But what it would do is it would type in just a basic, on-screen font, and it would just do its thing. That's not what I meant to say. I'm very tired. No, what it would do is whatever you typed, it wasn't what you see is what you get. That's what WYSIWYG means. It would just be straight text, and then all of the underlines and fonts and sizes and everything, it would show up as little blips or little notations, but it wouldn't show you what you were actually doing. surprisingly, it has PIF edit. I didn't realize that PIF edit existed back then. Program information editor. Yeah, look at that. Tells you what's the memory required. Oh, that's pretty cool. So it shows you all of the files in your Windows directory right here. So you have to know which ones are executables and which ones are just, you know, for example, a win.ini file or a win.com file. It was a different time, my friends. Let's take a look at the calculator. Look at that calculator, huh? Kind of makes you want to use a Mac, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, it'll actually, you can change it to program. So you can change the view to, oh, here we go. I can change it to just show programs. And by name, it's partial. I don't know what partial is. But look at that. You can show the long name or the short name. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Just wow. So anyway, that's where we're leaving off on this series. If I find anything more worth reporting on, I will definitely share it with you guys. But she's running. She's running again. And I couldn't be happier. In conclusion, I want to show you guys something that's happening to this particular machine, really only in WordPerfect. And it's all of this visual noise. See that? You see that noise? I don't know why. I genuinely do not know why. And it's not because I have the wrong display adapter or the wrong video drivers. Remember, this is DOS. And it's using just a generic CGA driver for the graphics portion of this. But that's not that's irrelevant. That's not why any of this is happening. So I'm not really sure what to do with this. Here, let's change that to yes. I want the separator line, yes. But bottom line, I got it going in a way that pleases me. It actually runs correctly now. Other than the obvious noise that you can't even really type anything. Look at this. Is this a RAM issue? Is this a graphics card issue? I don't know. I genuinely do not know. It's whenever it's processing anything, you get that noise. And there's no drive activity. It's like CPU cycles are causing it, and I don't know. I don't understand why. I suspect maybe one flaky RAM chip or something stupid like that, but I don't really know. I'm not convinced that it's one thing or the other, so I have to set Win as a hold on, let me fix my auto exec bat file here. So we're gonna open, retrieve C:\\\auto exec.bat. Now our path. Semicolon C:\\win. Backslash. Windows backslash. There we go. And we'll save you that. Oop, can't install. I just want to save it. Yep. Yep. Now the final test, this is where I started to run into some other headaches. Whenever I modified the file with WordPerfect, it would unexpectedly crash. Now I have a backup of the file, so I'm not worried about it right now. I can always replace it if I need to. But let's just see what it does. Yeah, look at this. Oops. It's doing it. Okay, so I need to I need to fix that. Yeah. So there's a bug in WordPerfect that kills the AutoExec bat file. I didn't know this. I know it now, but I didn't know it earlier. And to be honest, so to fix that, all we have to do is we need to make a few changes to the file, but I'm going to make it bootable again by just doing like this. Copy A, C, and we'll just overwrite those two files. Now it'll be bootable again. I'm going to have to make some changes to those files again. Here we go. So kind of just hit the reverse button, go back to where we started. But I now have to repair the AutoExec or the config sys file to handle 20 files for WordPerfect, which is easy enough. But yeah, that just kind of confirms a few things, a few issues I was having early on. But I think we got it all sorted, and I know how to fix it now. So no worries. Thank you for joining me in this adventure. Hope maybe some of you might have learned a few DOS commands in the process. Who knows? Until then.